hottest Jukun news that normally dominates the media. The term news refers to information regarding current occurrences which are disseminated through words of mouth, prints, broadcasts, and social media. Some of these Jukun events dominate the media because they have a large number of people talking about them for a long time. Such events include the burial of Akuuka, the Jukun king, the crowning of the Akuuka, the Jukun king, and the communal conflict between the Jukuns and the thieves. Keep watching to get the inside scope of why these news frequently dominate the media. The burial of Akuuka, the Jukun king. According to the Jukun tradition, Pankia is a historic event for the transition of the Jukun king, Akuuka, occurring only when the king dies. It gathers all the descendants of the old Korarafa kingdom to pay their last respects to their supreme leader. The last Pankia occurred 45 years ago. The recent one was witnessed again on the 14th of January 2022 in Wukari, the headquarters of the Jukun kingdom, where late Dr. Shekaro Angiu Masaibi Kuvyong II, the supreme leader of the Jukun, was escorted to join his ancestors. The Pankia is started by a group of young Jukun men known as the Akie, who drag sticks on the ground and hit it all over, announcing to themselves that this is my ancestors' land and I will ride on it with pride. According to their beliefs, the king's death must be followed by the ritual suicide of the king's horseman, because the horseman's spirit is necessary for the king's spirit to ascend to the afterlife. A family in the Jukun land has been entrusted with the role of horseman to the king, and they have been trained since childhood to perform this duty without fail. Many people have wondered why no previous Jukun king has been buried, but the explanation is that the Jukuns never bury their kings. To the Jukuns, death is not the end of a king. It's only a stepping point to the afterlife. Apart from the Pankia, another hot Jukun news that dominates the media is the coronation of Akuuka, the Jukun king. The coronation of the Akuuka takes place in the Korarafa Kingdom of Wukari local government area. The event brings together the Jukun race from far and near, as well as dignitaries from all over the country. 5 kingmakers have the sole responsibility to select the new monarch. All rituals and traditional rites for burial and selection of Aku is done at the Puja shrine. After many years, the event was witnessed again when Manu Ishaku Ada Ali was crowned Akuuka. His installation came barely 3 months after the demise of the chairman, Taraba Council of Chiefs, Dr. Shekaro Angiu Masaibi Kuvyong II. The new Aku, who is the son of the 23rd Aku, Ada Ali Abumanu, who reigned from 1974 to 1976, hails from the Bama ruling house. His coronation, which took place in Wukari Council, brought together the Jukun race from far and near, as well as dignitaries from the nooks and crannies of the country. The new monarch is the 25th Akuuka of Korarafa Kingdom. He was installed by the Kuviye of Wukari, Manu Irimia D. Agbo. The Kuviye of Wukari said the monarch emerged after his selection by the 4 kingmakers, who were guided by the supreme oracle after the traditional rites were conducted in Puja. The Kuviye is one of the 5 kingmakers. He is actually their leader. He takes the final decision when the other 4 have spoken. Now, on the third reason why Jukuns dominate the media is the communal clash between the Jukuns and the thieves. For decades, thieves and their Jukun neighbors in Nigeria's central region have engaged in intermittent fighting, mostly over land disputes and sometimes as political rivals. Thief-Jukun conflict has had a long history of occurrence and reoccurrence. There has been periodic fighting between these two groups since the late 1950s, with sporadic outbreaks in 1959, 1964, 1976, 1990 to 1992, and again in 2000 and 2001. The reasons for these disputes are the quest for land resources, and the fear of dominance and indigenship. In many instances, the conflicts have resulted in the destruction of lives and property and internal displacement of civilians. The conflict has affected the relationships between the two ethnic groups who have been living together cordially. Recently, the two ethnic groups clashed over a fish pond, leaving 2 persons critically injured and houses burnt. This particular violent clashes between the Tiv and the Jukun youth happened at the riverside beside a rice mill in Wurukum in Makurdi, the Benue state capital. The Jukuns have a lot of interesting news not talked about that you won't like to miss. Click the like and subscribe button to be the first to be notified on our next update. Thank you for watching.